Joining me now is Republican lobbyist and Trump fundraiser, Jack Burkman. Jack, good to see you.
Pleasure to be back.
All right, let me ask you this, Jack. Why are you raising these funds?
Well, I believe in Donald Trump. I didn't start out supporting him. I was a Jeb Bush guy, but after the first debate, I supported him and never looked back. I mean, look, Donald Trump's a very independent guy. I think the reality is, though, to compete with Hillary Clinton, crooked Hillary Clinton, as he says, I like that moniker, he's going to have to raise north of $1 billion for the general election. He's going to need a lot of lobbyist help to do that. I may be one of the early ones at the top of the pyramid. There will be 24 more and probably 24 more after that. We're also bringing in the defense community. A lot of defense contractors like Donald Trump and want to get involved. So we think it'll be a big event. I think we can raise $300,000 to $500,000.
All right, Jack, you know what people are saying, though, that you're doing this right now, doing this media publicity thing to try to get an in with the Trump campaign. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I like Donald Trump. I met him. I think he's a great guy, and I support him. I have been a Republican for the last 40 years of my life. I actually was in Kansas City with my dad in 1976 when he was a politician in Pennsylvania. So I kind of go way, way back as a Republican. I think I now count more than 40 years in GOP politics.
So I'll take that as a long-form answer of yes, you are trying to get in with Donald Trump campaign. Have you communicated with Trump at all?
Sure. I like Donald Trump. I want to support him. I just want to do everything I can to help him. Sure, the answer is yes. We want to do everything we can to make his campaign a good one and make it a winning one and put Donald Trump in the White House. I want to see conservative values in the White House, and I think he's our best option right now.
Jack, have you communicated with Trump at all about this fundraiser?
Yes, we have been in communication. He's invited. We hope he's there, although I understand it's hard to getting him in and out of Washington, D.C. for an event might be tough. That could be tough all the way to November. With his media schedule, I think it could be bordering on impossible, but we'll try.
What did he say to your invite or to the fact that you're throwing this fundraiser for him?
He'll try. I think they'll make their best effort.
Okay, Trump says he tries to avoid lobbyists. Like I said at the intro, he's centered his campaign around being a Washington outsider, as you know, about avoiding lobbyists. What makes you think that you would be different?
Sure. Oh, I don't think they really can. You know, it's no different in either party. Obama said he would avoid lobbyists too. I think the current Obama White House is the most lobbyist infiltrated White House in American history, surpassing perhaps even the Clinton White House. Lobbyists are part of the system. I think what we do is noble. The press paints us as ignoble. We're lawyers who represent interests before the Congress and the White House. I couldn't imagine more noble work for a lawyer or more important work for our country. I think Donald Trump, he can't avoid lobbyists if he wants to compete with Hillary Clinton in terms of fundraising. I mean, Mr. Trump certainly has an alternative, and that is to cut a check. He could do the $1 billion himself. I think he'd have to, I don't know too much about his holdings. He'd probably have to liquidate assets to do that. I don't think he wants to. I think he's on the frugal side, which is a good thing. So I think he'll raise a lot of money from a lot of lobbyists, not just me.
All right, Jack, you mentioned a couple minutes ago that you supported Jeb Bush at the beginning, and then after the first debate, switched your support to Donald Trump. Who else have you raised money for in the past?
Oh, many. None in this cycle. I mean, what you're driving at in this presidential cycle, this will be my inaugural event. I have raised no money. I have raised no money for any politician. I have a long history of raising money for Republican politicians, probably countless hundreds, going back probably to the late 90s or before.
All right. Anybody that we would recognize a name from the past election cycle, maybe 2012 or 2008?
Oh, Mitt Romney, George Bush. Mitt Romney, George Bush, President Bush's father, Bob Dole, to name a few.
All right, Jack. Well, this will be very interesting. Please come back and join us after this event takes place. Tell us how it goes. I hope Trump does come to it for your sake. And it was great to talk to you today. Coming up, what Michael Reagan, son of Ronald Reagan, has to say about his dad's legacy and the lessons he learned from his father. That's next.